What's up, guys? My name's TechnoTuner. Today, I'm bringing you guys my Blackwing profile. I do play this deck a lot on Master Duel, and I have a lot of fun with it. I've had this deck since 2015-ish, to where I have literally built this deck up from the bare bottom to where it was first running anything without the assaults, all the way up to now where I'm running the assault package for assault Blackwings, not the actual assault monsters. But either way, I wanted to bring it to you today because this is a personal favorite of mine own, just like Thunder Dragon. So, what can this deck do? Well, as a going second deck, it can establish a big, beefy board that can actually establish a lot of damage and capabilities of breaking down boards very easily. As for a going first option, you can set up some towers like monsters, aka full armor master, which can actually still present some problems for your opponent. On top of that, it allows you to go into further plays with Assault Blackwing Dragon, allowing you to further burn and nuke your opponent's board by setting up a bigger board state. Well, in this case, what are we going to be looking at? Well, today we're going to be taking a look at the main deck and the extra deck of this. If there's enough likes on this video, I'll go ahead and see about what I can do to get us a actual test hands and maybe a actual live duel with this deck. Either way, let's go ahead and hop right into that main deck. So, what do we play for the actual Blackwing monsters? I play 3 Gale, which is a special summon if you control another Blackwing monster, and you can use the effect to have the attack and defense of one monster your opponent currently controls on their board. It is a targeting effect, so if they do tribute it or swap it out, it does get around that. Up next, I do play 3 Chris Crack of Dawn. He is just a big 1900 summon that we can special summon, or if we normal summon him while we have Black Whirlwind, it enables us to really look for anything else that we need. The best part about it is once returned, this card cannot be destroyed by spell or trap effects. So if you're using him and say they try to use Torrential Tribute or anything, he can survive that for at least one instance of it. Up next, I play the 3 Bora the Spear. Once again, he's basically another Chris, just less attack, and he doesn't have the spell and trap protection, but if he attacks a defense position monster, he inflicts piercing damage to your opponent, which is very helpful for the smaller game. If you're left with just main monsters in your deck, or main deck monsters in your deck. Next, I do play the 3 Blackwing Sudri, the Phantom Glimmer. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 card that mentions Blackwing Dragon from your deck to your hand, except Sudri. You can tribute 1 monster, special summon 1 Phantom Glimmer token, which is a level 2 tuner, and then you take 700 damage. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except for synchro monsters. So if you get nibbed in the prior turn, you contribute the nib token, summon off of Sudri's effect, summon the token, go into a level 6 synchro. It can help you get going with either Nothung or the actual other guy, which is Boris Storm. Sorry. I always want to call him Borealis because he's really... Boris Storm is kind of weird in that context, I guess, for a name, but it's cool. Up next, I do play the 3 Simoon, the Poison Wind. Basically, you banish a Blackwing monster from your hand to normal summon him after you activate a Black Whirlwind from your deck. He will activate the Black Whirlwind from the deck as part of his summoning condition. So it'll place a Black Whirlwind, then summon him to allow you to get a search. And then allows you an additional normal summon. Simoon is very helpful for the deck. Just able to get you anything with the Black Whirlwind that you need. Usually, as long as they anything over 1600 attack. So this opens up a lot of doors for your main tuners. The main one that I usually search off of it, if I don't already have it, is Auster, because that gets us our recurability back with the monster that we just banished, which can allow us to go directly into Full Armor Master just with these 2. So we already establish a board presence that can be really irritating to the opponent with the towers. Or we can use this to revive back a level 2, such as Harmattan or another monster, and go into Nothung so we get an additional normal summon. The other card that I do play is Blackwing Shamal, the Sandstorm. He's very beneficial at 3 because when you discard him, you can place one Black Whirlwind from your deck to your hand in Spell and Trap Zone. Uh, Black Feather Whirlwind, excuse me. If a Blackwing Synchro monster or Blackwing Dragon is special summon from your deck or extra deck to your field, or just in general special summon, while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, target one Blackwing monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and take 700 damage. Yes, you're taking a little bit of damage off of this, but the whole point of it is that if you have Blackwing Dragon on board, you can take that damage. It'll eat the damage, allow you to not take any life point damage, lower the monster's attack, and then once you build up enough, you can inflict that damage by using Blackwing Dragon's effect by lowering opponent's monster by that amount. It's very helpful and it's a lot of fun. Yes, you're going to call me old for this. I do play 3 Kalut. Damage Step from Simo, I don't think I could ever forget. Plus, it's just great. The only thing that doesn't help is with the Blackwing Dragons or the full Armor Master. It will not increase their attack, but for anything like Chidori, Armor Master itself, or Raikiri, or if you're playing the level 12 Synchro, Assault Synchro, it can help it get extremely big. In certain cases, I've gotten some of my monsters past 8,000 attack just because of this card was in my hand as well. Then for the final 3 of, I play 3 Vada, Emblem of Wandering. If you control a Blackwing monster other than Vada, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then during the main phase, you can send this card from your field to the graveyard along with 1 or more non-tuner Blackwing monsters from your deck so that the levels equal exactly 8. And if you do, special summon 1 Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Yes, it is a little clunky to where you can get ashed very easily off that effect. However, it does allow you to go directly into your Blackwing Dragon, get Zephyros in the grave, and then start your board breaking off of that. Now, what is the rest of the monsters that I play? Well, for these, I do play a couple 2-ofs and a couple 1-ofs. So for the 2-ofs, I play 2 Blizzard. He's just a graveyard reviver of a level 4 or lower Blackwing monster that can be special summoned in defense. It's very helpful for when you're trying to go into those level 6 synchro plays, such as Nathung or Boreas Storm. The other one that I do play at 2 is Harmatan. He's just a great level modulator and a free special summon as long as you control a Blackwing monster. So if you go Blizzard, you don't have a normal summon, or you have a Vada and you don't have a normal or special summon off of that, and you have Harmatan in your hand, you can special summon Harmatan, target either Vada or Blizzard, make him a level 4, and then go into a level 6. I do also play the 2 Orochi the Squall, as it allows you to change your opponent's monsters from defense to attack so you can inflict more battle damage, or you can change your own monsters into defense if you know you can't beat over anything for the turn. It can be a great assistance for any of the interruptions that you may see coming towards your way. Now for the 1-ofs, I do play 1 Zephyros the Elite and 1 Chinhook the Snowblast. Zephyros is just a great way to bounce that Black Whirlwind from your field back to your hand, so it won't be sent by the other part of Simoon's effect, which can help you out in the longer game, because it'll prevent you from taking 1,000 damage, and it'll let you keep Black Whirlwind on the field. Chinhook is just a great way to negate an opponent's monster effect and cause it to lose attack. If you control a Dark Synchro monster, you can use it as a quick effect, which is very beneficial. As you did notice, I'm not playing any hand traps. This deck is completely nothing but pure Blackwing. It's a lot of fun. It does combo off. There's a lot of different ways to play through many different options and capabilities. I've had where I've played this through Trickstar, Sky Striker, both those formats. I've played through Thunder Dragon format. I've played through Zodiac format with this deck. It's been a lot of fun. But that's as I've gone up and more items have been released throughout the year to further improve this deck. But anyways, onto the spells instead of me rambling on about the good old times. We have 3 Black Whirlwind. When a Blackwing monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, you can add 1 Blackwing monster from your deck to your hand with less attack than that monster. This is basically the bread and butter of the actual deck, because you want this in your hand at all points or on your board at all points, because you're going to be normal summoning at least once or twice a turn, which will allow you to get more special summons to combo off further. Black Whirlwind allows you to get access to a lot more of your monsters in your deck and allow you to keep getting more and more items, or more and more monsters, I should say, to help you. Whether it be Kalut, whether it be Zephyros in hand for a discard, whether it be Bora off of Chris summon to further enable a special summon, all of that. It's very helpful. I do play the 3 Wing Requital, or Requital. If all monsters you control are Wing Beast monsters, which are all the Black Wings, and you control at least 2 monsters with different names, you can pay 600, draw 2. It's basically a slightly worse Pot of Greed, but it's very helpful for the deck because it does help you by getting more cards in hand to further build your board while also allowing you to draw into your deck. I do play 2 Black Feather Whirlwind for... oh, what's his name? Shamal, the Sandstorm. Yes, I only played it 2. 3, it's a bit clunky. 2 is in case the first one gets popped or banished by any main effect or spell and trap. As we know, MST is now getting an effect that allows you to pop and negate. Then finally, I have Blackwing, the Twin Shadow. This card is great for recursion on getting monsters back into the deck or extra deck that you need for later game. It's very helpful as an interruption as well, because it can allow you to establish a full Armor Master during your opponent's turn as well, by shuffling back monsters from your graveyard into the deck. Or if you want to be the one person that is trying to get an Assault Blackwing Dragon onto the board, you can target 2 of your monsters that are banished as well. All right. So, what all is in the extra deck now? As I said, I do play the Assault package for the Blackwings. So I play the Assault Blackwing, so Haya the Rainstorm. I play him at 2 because if he is summoned while I have a Rakiri or Chidori in the graveyard, I can revive them back off of his effect, which can help me go into the level 12 play because he becomes a tuner and the other one is not a tuner. So I have a level 12 access. Up next, I do play one of the Boreas Storm, the Wicked Wind. He does have level modulation capabilities. By sending 1 Blackwing monster from deck to grave, he becomes that level. So he can go up to a level 6, or stay at a level 6. He can go to a level 4. He can go to a level 2, a level 1. It doesn't matter. But his main thing is, as long as he's in the graveyard with Blackwing Dragon, we can banish both of them and then summon the Assault Blackwing Dragon from our extra deck. I do play the 2 Nothung. He's a great way to burn and allow us to get an additional normal summon, while also being able to go through and further allow us to lower our opponent's monster's attack. That might be a problem. This is where it gets a little funny, because I did not take out this card. It will always be one of my favorites. I love Blackwing Armor Master. Cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. It's great with going against Tempai because it cannot be destroyed by battle. Yes, it can be destroyed by card effect, but its effect doesn't proc, as that is an aura effect and cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage. So it's a way to get around and keep that monster on the board. I do play the 1 Assault Blackwing Chidori the Rain Sprinkling. For every Blackwing monster in the graveyard, he gains 300 attack. So he can go from 26 to a extremely high number very fast. It's very helpful, and he also becomes a level 7 tuner if he needs to be. I do play the 1 Assault Blackwing Raikiri, the Rain Shower. This is my spell and trap or any kind of monster interruption that I need during my turn to where I can pop them and destroy those cards if I have any other Blackwings on board. It allows me to go through and just get rid of troublesome cards. I do play the 2 Blackwing Tamer, Obsidian Hawk Joe. This is a great way to revive back a level 6 or level 5 or higher winged beast monster from my graveyard. So it can let me get back any of my synchros, which is very helpful. It also can allow me to get back anything that's a Blackwing monster in general. So I can also revive back my Blackwing full armor master if I need to. He also has the incredible effect of, during either player's turn when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can target one other Blackwing monster you control that would be an appropriate target. That card or effect or attack now targets the new target. So you can redirect the card effect into the full Armor Master, or you can redirect the attack into Armor Master, which is very helpful if you want to make an attack lowering or you just want to play around the actual attack. All right. Now, as I've said, I do play the 1 Blackwing Dragon. This card is just beneficial for your combos. It also helps you from taking damage off of other Blackwing effects. I do play the 2 Blackwing Full Armor Master. This guy is just a towers, a tank. It basically 3k, 3k, unaffected by other card effects. Each time your opponent activates its effect, place 1 wedge counter on an opponent's monster. After the effect resolves, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls with a wedge counter and take control of it. Once per turn during the end phase, you can destroy all monsters on the field that have a wedge counter, which is very nice. So if you go ahead and have him on board, your opponent activates a monster effect, whether it be on their board or on their field, you can place a wedge counter on it. Now the fun part is, if you banish Oster from the graveyard, you could place 1 wedge counter on face-up monsters your opponent controls that do not have one. So it would allow you to consistently keep going and trigger his effect at the end step to nuke your opponent's board. It helps greatly with board control. I do play the 1 Blackwing Assault Dragon, which is basically the upgraded version of Blackwing Dragon. Must be either synchro summoned or special summoned from the extra deck by banishing 1 tuner synchro monster and 1 Blackwing Dragon from your face-up field and or graveyard. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect, place 1 black feather counter on this card each time when that effect resolves. And if you do, inflict 700 damage to your opponent. During your opponent's turn quick effect, you contribute this card with 4 more black feather counters on this card and destroy all cards on the field. It's just a field nuke and a way to keep burning your opponent. If you have full Armor Master on the field, it is unaffected, so it makes it a lot funnier because I've established a board with 2 full Armor Masters and the Blackwing Assault Dragon in Master Duel, where I will have 7 or more, well, 4 or more counters. I've gotten it past 7 pretty easily. With Assault Dragon here, popped him by attributing him, blew up the entire board, got rid of everything else, and I still had the 2 Armor Masters on board as ways to interact with my opponent. Then finally, I play Assault Blackwing Omnimaru, the Divine Thunder. This card is insane. It was a great help during the Utopia Lightning format, where Utopia Lightning dropped and it was the easiest 5k to make. This card, during the damage step, becomes 6k attack. It gains 3000 attack during the damage step only, so it's very helpful with that. If this card is synchro summoned using a Blackwing monster as material, is treated as a tuner while face up on the field, cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can target 1 Blackwing monster in your graveyard. This card's level becomes the same level as that monster's. You can use the effect once per turn. If this card was synchro summoned only using synchro monsters and it attacks, this is where it would gain a 3000 attack during damage step. This is where Sohaya, Boreas Storm, and Rakiri and Chidori come in handy, because it will allow you to further combo up into Omnimaru. Anyways, guys, that is what I have for you guys on my Blackwing deck profile. Yes, it is pure Blackwing. Yes, it is a bit clunky. You can cut and modify however you would like. But to me, this deck holds a lot of history for me and a lot of fun. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. I do read y'all's comments and I do take into account of everything that is said, and I greatly appreciate it. You all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?